Yay, we are live! Good morning, good evening, good day! Welcome everybody! Also, there's no music. There we go. Sorry about that. So, even if you said anything, Quill, they wouldn't have heard you. But now they will. Aha!
Okay.
But
That
yeah,
sounds like a good deal.
once again, I'm here with Quill, who is the writer of this story. Just for the people who don't know.
And once again, I'm here with Takashi. For those who did know.
And once again, I am here. And my super space is here as well. Do I have... Yeah, I have a but I can't do anything about that. I was up for more than 12 hours working. And now, we will have a legend to begin. Let me double check that, yeah, I think that is the next one we are doing. Let me see. That is it, yes. We are part of the same. Perfect.
You can have some casual music for this first scene, I think.
Okay. So we ended up literally with the blue box appearing.
Mm-hmm. And the doctor to offering her to come with him if she wants to live.
I mean, yeah. There's not many places she can go from that. That's what the doctor was here.
Yep.
So let's find some casual music. A pleasant afternoon. That's casual enough. And let's start with the legend. That means right now. I guess in an astonishment, as soon as I stepped through the doors and entered the interior of the blue box. Inside is astonishingly spacious. I immediately messed up the first one. And never seen anything like it outside works of fiction. And even then, the face was fresh. Then I glanced to my side, and behold Dr. Smith observing me, with an amused, expectant look on his face. What? I asked him, and my face was with a tiny shade of shyness. Oh, nothing, he said as he continued to roll his ghost over Ken. He touched the panorama and closed his eyes as he said, I was just wondering what you think of this place. I thought you said you were gonna be astonished. It's surreal, I say mindlessly, and my gaze sweeps around the place again. Then I look down. And, at the moment, a tad overwhelming too, I admit suddenly. After everything else I've been through on this journey, all of me feels as if this was me in a dream. I mean, who knows? The whole thing might be a dream. I suppose that's one way to put it, and I was partially agreed. It's far more somber expression. You really have been through a lot, probably more than a man your age should put through. And this place though, he motioned back at me, with the over the corner of my left eye. This be a teeth. Nothing shall harm you in here. I promise. But don't go close to those guys. They are not nothing. They are someone. Imagine. It's funny. What if there's a dog called Nothing in the TARDIS? Nothing shall harm you. Remind me of something. I lift my head again, and the gaze back at him partially over my left shoulder. And I say to him, before you left through the target portal, you promised me you would be back to help me. At the time, I couldn't conceive how you would do it, but for some strange reason, I believe you anyway. He smiles at me softly, as he expresses it. I take that as a compliment then. For the next 15 seconds, the two of us continue to stand there. In slightly awkward silence. For me, there's a lot more than that. There's only so much more for me to process right now. I still feel like I'm in shock. That's why my emotions seem to be on vacation right now. While they are gone, I feel mostly blank, empty inside. Like a house. That's empty. And the family goes on vacation. Stay here! Don't miss me. I'm going to step outside and take care of Thanos' money. Please hurry. I achieve with more force in my world than I feel inside. It seems like I should be carrying much more weight right now. Much more right now. But instead, I'm just going through the motions. Still, it seems important to warn me that. There is most sense of time out there. Not how likely it will be for long. But the longer I'm through with him, they will show up here soon. I won't be long, I promise. But I miss that. Let's just start forward to exit of this place. When I'm done with that, I will shut this door. Only shall get through after that. And the ship won't stay here for long anyway. There's no confusion rests in the corner of my mind, and I mostly just stare blankly at him. Until he leaves this, whatever this place is. I sweep across my gaze across the space again. I notice most of my activity and emphasis on this room located in the center of the room. There seems to be a circular console there that is very higher than the rest of the room by a single step. Console shells spill down the center of the room and meet them with the console there. Can I still not know what the thing is for? I might argue that I shall not know. But my guess is that appears this morse thing from there. This holy skull morse, whatever that means. Right, because you don't have police. Here. I mean, no, you actually do. One of them was actually chasing you to stop you from running around.
Police, but not a police call box. Guess to her, it seems like random words thrown together.
Yeah, she knows how to call someone, she knows what the box is, and she knows the police.
Right. The one thing she might understand is box, because it does have a box shape.
I mean, she definitely knows the police as well.
Yep.
But actually she's through the door, but I hear a weird sound outside. Moments later, out of space, I turned inside the morse thing and shut the front door. I mean, Thanos' body was not made of wood. So...
Nope.
But he spins him out and pushes his father inside, and he secures look of satisfaction on his face. What did you do? I asked curiously. You can't have burned his money that fast. around the Eastern Temple, he wouldn't be able to buy his money at all. He goes rock. I would assume the whole floor is made of rocks. And bricks, maybe. Besides that, the scary solid rock out there. What I said. I don't see you lugging in this money here, so I tear it off. And then he gives a little miniature figure of Talon. And hey, here it is. I made him smaller. But what I've done is that molecular arranges some of the structure. So that means that everything should have been a catch up fact. In a sense, I made his money a lot more possible. I guess I wasn't far off. I was just kidding. I thought he literally polarized it. Ah! It's him, son. How possible? I actually wanted to ask. Dr. Smith stepped up to Santa Claus Hall. Until I asked my last question, looks like that was where his focus was going to be. After I asked, no, he tells to look at me for a second. Now he said, quote, to pull out something. But he realized it's all his right hoof, but he also asked me appears to be a teardrop shaped fast jam. With it, and I did, he tells me, about this possible. What? And then he started again. How? That is not really important right now. What's important is, will we see this jam later on, next to wearing it? That's her plan, as he enters the jam. Cool, inside comprehend. Unlikely you would understand me, even if I told you. Right now, I want to dematerialize this ship from my grasp hold. I can find the record, or even decay can get through those doors. Nevertheless, I don't want them to even know that this thing was ever here. Well, that is the problem that you should also destroy the Stargate and the ship that you left here. Near the edge of the island.
Yeah, maybe detonate the dynamite too.
Yeah? I see the pyramids have controls, but he gives the final yank of some lever, he gives it up, it's a inspection, and the place we are in goes to life again. Once again, I hear the same sound that I heard when this box first materialized. Thankfully, the temple doesn't have cameras either, so that means I can pass it in distraction. I don't even think it did during its heyday, but then of that time, they had other priorities in mind. Where are we? I suddenly want to know. And who are you, really? Time and time again, you have proven yourself to be unlike any pony I have ever known. And you don't even know how true that is. That he proven himself to be unlike any pony time and time again.
Right.
Well, it seems quite distinctive to me. At least in this universe. This was Miss Dead, and set up to hell around the Santa Claus door. And goes at his phone like that. It seems enough to say that every pony is unique. Yeah, but you are far more unique. I assure him confidently. much more otherworldly. Plus, I remember you when you said you would match one of your two hearts over something or another back when we were in front of the statue of the great serpent. At the time, I thought you were joking, but now I'm not so sure. I drove a gesture around his place, around this place, and I had. Plus, there is this place. No ordinary creature or object I know is being on the east side. Not true. There is one place which is always bigger on the east side. It's called Heart. And I have two of them. The mixed expression towards me immediately brightened as he cheered. There it is! That's fantastic! Finally you said the word! Everything seemed in confusion, and I asked, what word? What in this are you talking about? Suddenly Dr. Smith is over and pushes lightly towards me, a calming gesture as he said, your questions and confusion is very understandable and fair. Also, I shouldn't expect a man as intelligent and observant as you to have noticed an unusual details about your traveling companions. I looked about him, I see it. Especially obvious details like this place. Please never meet me, I urged him. What's going on? As I gave him a shrewd expression, and I asked him, this is the legendary blue box that the camera was talking about on the ship during the storm, isn't it? Also, talking about the Cameron. What happened to that cabbage?
He found the Easter Bunny.
Maybe he did. Although it gives me a faint proud look as he tells me. And then it is. The expression turns more normal, as you know to say. And it's called the TARDIS, which stands for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. It is a time and space transport vehicle. It is among some of the most useful inventions of my native people, who once call themselves Time Lords. I shall sadly, as yet, all that is, as the case may be, though that too is highly relative because our affairs can change greatly with each generation. My people, replied the hope to his chest, can come out from near frontal wounds using a natural technique that can be called regeneration. Yeah, that's a thing that every human does, and every living creature has, regeneration, but not to that extent. When a person is trying, it can greatly alter appearance, and even much of our personality with each change. Our most fundamental goals remain the same though, which in my case is healing and exploration. At Time Lord, the name I have chosen for myself is the Doctor. He is the Doctor. And then he looks at him. So you are not actually Dr. Smith, right? Who are you, Doctor? I stared him blankly for several silent seconds, and before I raised my right eye at him, and I asked him, not Dr. John Smith? I wasn't kidding, by the way. The doctor shakes his head as he replied, no, nothing else. And yes, I have assumed was an adventure, and some others in the past. He looks up, Although Joan doesn't seem to be much of an important name anymore. Maybe I should consider another. He looked back at me. I faced the two important counterparts of me before who also had a name, and I honestly didn't consider using for this adventure. And that name is Time Turner. This is a big question. What would you call a phone name? What could he have used as Doctor other than Time Turner?
Kind of what he's wondering right there.
I mean, we didn't meet too many male ponies, so. And most of their names were adjectives, not names. Besides, the moment we next know is that ponies were only born in this world during their time, so I didn't want to run the risk of using that name and confusing everyone with him. Aside from that, ponies seem to thrive on individual self-expression, and if you're Joan, why making me a unique identity? Did I just think to follow? No, but if you said H. Watson at the end, then you might have. I shake my head, and I went to him. I don't think of all the ways you've pronounced in highly unusual ways. Be sure I'm not the only one who does it either. The doctor frowned slightly, and that's the rare 4 times. He said, "No, I'm going to have to work on that. Standing out can have some advantages, sometimes but not always. In this case, I really was trying to blend in, because I didn't want to steal the spotlight from you." I issue a curious expression and I say, "So, is that why you let the other 3 ponies die? Because you didn't want to steal the spotlight from me?" That's not the first time you singled me out as a special man. You have done so multiple times, even at night around a campfire, out in the open. And you until told I was asleep. Huh? That gives me a clue. I had a feeling you were actually awake during that time and listening. You met my future self, didn't you? Vessel. You said that this vessel can travel to time too. And my doubt was one of the ones, and I said, and I had. And you came out told this too. And now it seems to me you might have me right. Oh, you don't know. I didn't only just meet your future self. She is actually right here in this very room. It's a possibility.
Yep.
And the fashion being and proud skin. As I said, this year met another with you. I will admit that I have met your future self once. I gathered certain clues about her, and engaged that this adventure would be necessary to eventually facilitate her potential. He shook his head sadly. You were way too familiar with me the first time I met you, so I knew right away we had met before in your perspective. What would the doctor actually think if they met us? We would know immediately if a blue box appeared, if one of us. Then it's him. But we never met him. Would he know that he actually had a TV show?
Some of them did appear to do that. Yeah.
I faced it again. So yeah, the son might have been like, yeah, you were too familiar with me, and you knew, and you were the way you were before. But aren't you forgetting that she is actually an archaeologist, kind of, in the future? That she studied history, like a different kind of doctor who is supposed to be on the ship right now.
So, Dr. Kelly.
Yeah?
She was a little familiar with him because of history.
Yeah, that can be true for Larry New as well.
Yeah.
We know it's not true, but you are jumping to conclusions. I feel something again. But what he just told me sinks in. At this point, I put my bottom on the ground. Yes, that for one, likely. Don't turn them away from the center control. Do not approach me. In front of me, he lays a similar hoof on my shoulder. I get it for a moment, before looking up at him. I hope you will believe me when I say I didn't know much about this adventure before I chose to join it. He tapped me softly. What you has surprised me every bit as much as you. But I had a patient moment like this forgotten. I have on occasion, but I have usually been a part over in other ways during those times. You are very odd, aren't you? I realized when I widened my eyes at him. You are like Princess Celestia. Don't say that to Princess Celestia when you meet her. Oh! He said, and he looks for one above my head, with the phone looking in his eyes. You will miss someone.
Should we say that in front of her too?
I believe he actually does. This might be different because he might have actually been there when Miss Thomas was actually named that way, when she was young. I mentioned him, the expecting shock. I hope he didn't say that in front of her. He looked back at me, and again, as he said, well, if I ever did, he will take it better than you would expect, I suspect. But the task can be very rigorous and wise man. Fortunately, he's more of that lifestyle, and don't blame her for it. And all the years of the court meeting, that would take their toll on anyone's soul. Trust me when I tell you that she definitely considers playful levity a match of pressure. Eventually, all the closest friends, and we get to see her mischievous side, which is a disturbing for attention. In later years, she usually allowed that hidden side to come out, but she had other reasons to relax more. I won't say that to me happen. It hasn't happened yet, in your time, but you will find out soon enough. Will she? He stands up saying, and lowered his whole back to the ground as he said. But enough of that. Let's up on you and what you want. Me? I asked him in a mystified way. You are the reason I came back to this time. That reminded me. This is your journey. You see its course. I only offer guidance here. Let's see when everyone question. No, you also see the ship. I think about that for a moment. Let's have back in the chest. Then I look back up at his face and I ask, where and when are we now? Well, he said as he looked back at the grotto. Right now, we are nowhere and no one. We are still in the dimensional tunnel between all of reality. Somewhere, you don't wanna be stuck for multiple weeks. Like we did multiple times. Turn back at me. It was in the time or place yet. Do I want you to do it? I am also pretty sure that is not how it works. I knew he was going to say that. So they tell. In this case, I knew I have some aspect in mind.
Okay, this is the time to switch the music to nostalgic or memories type music.
It's not the one I want. Here we go. That is not how it sounds. We just want dark, right?
No. Just nostalgic music like you might play in a music box.
It's funny, when I knew I had one here, but when I need it, I can't find it. Oh, this is the...
You passed some that were okay, and only one I would have objected to. Actually, maybe two.
We can just play a tower movie. I mean, this can work out well. I'm not gonna find it. Hey guys, hello! As I suddenly, and later on speed, that nicely on the move forgot about the cave, so. Ah, this is bad. For some reason, I thought let's name and back in time. And me asking the young, that I knew. Younger. I guess. But no. The cave soon that is parked, and I never came. Beyond that, the massive and expensive mule. Walk out the side, and is filled with green grassland and farmland. It feels strange to me that my city life has a humble beginning like this. I know this is one of my grandfather's favorite spots. He loved the wide and beautiful view in the front. It was no secret. It took me plenty of times in my youth too. Sometimes we didn't fly here, while other times instead. Another time, I used to complain and question it. But now, I can have my childhood memories. Today is a beautiful and cloudless sunny day. Even the wind dies out, I just tell that right now. I can tell. I feel like it's caressing me softly. It's almost as if the wind itself is delivering a loving message from my grandfather. You remember this hat, don't you? I asked my grandfather's spirit, and I continued to figure out his small and humble gravestone. I found it in my fellow world, and I suppose you know that now, don't you? It's almost standing right beside you, even as I speak. Hand the so take in and take a deep breath. Remind me of the fact that he is nearby. Maybe not close enough to hear me well. I think he wants to give me the inspired moment with my grandfather, and maybe even the spirit of his old partner and friend. As he met him, I noticed the story of the beautiful view in front of us. It looks like he truly relishes his experience, which I find a lot of contradiction. For Stallion and all, I expect he is. I mean, for compared to other Time Lords in their life, he is young. If you are someone who is as old as he is, I think things he has seen would have this near constant attitude of being that or that sort of thing. But no. The video came to my mind that I showed you before. I mean that, dude. I said I'm not that. Instead of that, take this moment to relish and cherish life. My love for him deepens, I see that. It makes him so authentic and normal to me. So very present in this second moment of time. Excuse me again, what did you say? My love for him? I sound like a gravestone. There was a dwarf around the edges, and you want me, grandfather. But I could tell he stopped exhale in the noble soul. He had told me to experience that. I gotta believe him. But I don't think you put anything inside him that wasn't already there. You more close it out, I think. There's an adventure I've been on, where all you will ever know. Grandfather, maybe even beyond most of your singular adventures. It's not every day that the poet can tell us to say that they have discovered a brand new continent that knows everything that matters on it. I don't think you explored everything. Yes,
So let's probably say that. On whatever continent we're on, who has explored every inch of it?
I mean, yeah, but he literally said that, oh yeah, me discovered everything that matters on it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even explore 1% of the Thailand. Also, what happened to State Hero? Nobody's gonna ask that?
Probably still at the Tuk Tuk Village.
Maybe? Yes,
It does depend when they are, because now they have a time machine, that's a factor.
yeah. Yes, to fill my eyes. And the voice I orchestrated that. That and even those I spent along the way. But was the friendships I thought I developed as we traveled, and they suddenly felt precious to me. Most of them ended eternity, no one way or another. That makes the room my voice. I have seemed to sing more. I learned a lot about adventures and adventurers during this journey. Or on this journey. Guess for now. I mean worse, right? I continue in more pain voice. There's a lot of things I have seen that's more than what I expected. All of this has caused me to realize how truly shattered I was before. I don't consider myself a dumb man by any sense of an imagination either. I am pretty sure there is no one who considers themselves dumb. Because if you are dumb, you don't think you are dumb. If you are smart enough to think you are dumb, you are not dumb either. So, but if so many of my former beliefs can land this madly of tired, then many go to show just how much experience in the real world I like before. Maybe you spoiled me in a way. I looked up to you most literally and figuratively as I grew up. You were this mighty stallion that had so much wisdom in your eyes, and I saw the way the journey shamed you in such a compassionate pony. I saw the way you looked proudly back upon your memories. I wanted for myself too, but I grew up to be that age. I wanted to be that kind of man who liked her life as well, who looked back upon all that I have done, and me too, and no regrets, because I knew I gave it my all. You made adventure seem almost romantic, and if it possibly can't do anything less than especially uplift us, just make us more whole than we could otherwise possibly imagine. I wanted it too. I wanted everything. The sense of inner fulfillment that I saw in your eyes. I guess naivety should be my middle name, though. Instead of yelling.
There's some similarity to those two words.
But yelling isn't your middle name. Or in case of yelling. That's your last name.
As the way she's proposing it's agate yearling keystone.
Ah. So she should be Ank. There you go. This is the new Ed Keystone.
That would be Ankh.
I mean, that's how you would write it. If it was naivety. Everything discussed. Everything is my middle name. That's why I always said my name was RT. And yet, why Keystone at most? Yet, why am I God yelling Keystone? It still haunts me how many times other cool young fools did me that I was dumb and ignorant as a yearling. Yes, in a way, it was true though. I suddenly realized and an epiphany dawned on me. All this time, I mean the fool on the fool's journey. The journey was always destined to me, in the world though. The journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step. You don't make that, grandfather. Again, Polly and the gravestone. You know we have to bring these two here. We are one of them. The second. Yeah, small.
Oh yeah.
Which cards are gonna mention next?
It was what I was thinking of when I wrote that. And actually, it's kind of what she was thinking of when she said that.
And here's the thing, the fool's journey is not meaningless. Or, as I would make it perfect to call it, my own personal hero journey. I get some of the gravestone, an expressive landscape in wonder. In this sense, I even warned about at the moment mountains on the horizon. The whole land is flat, up to this point, but there's a mob in the distance, and if to hint, and there is so much more to explore out there, beyond the great boundary. Looking upon it, loving to tell me in my youth, and for those stories, open adventures only even more fuel than in the fire. Well enough, I guess I just assumed every pony years would be as heroic as you were. I was ignored wistfully. I continued to gaze out on the distant horizon with tearful, shining eyes. I told that because you used to be an only example of a former adventurer. And I thought, I could also tell that in your heart you didn't really fully retire. The yearning for the journey was always within you. I simply took a new form. It simply took a new form when you settled down with your family. I gazed back at his gravestone. But because of your example, I used to think every other adventurer was like you too. The journey somehow entered and made them wise too. I thought that was the only conclusion everybody would make when they went through the same thing. But I see now that I was wrong. Being brave and heroic is always a choice. It is often a hard choice too. But it's so easy to come on the route and or shortcuts. Especially some people think anything in the past. Hell to interact on it too, from what I heard. But they chose to follow you. And I don't think he truly regretted it in his heart. Then there was some regrets from him. But I think the most important decision would have repeated. If you had a choice, because once true wisdom takes hold of a person's heart, it's too late to go back. One has all seen things and expanded their world view in profound, important ways. In the opposite, the only direction they have left is to keep marching forward. I close my eyes, already to deep breath, and mentally skim over what I have learned on this journey. Clearly, there's a difference between the adventurer and the hero, or a villain. They can be and the same. One and the same. But two words are not always mutually exclusive. Some do the right thing for the wrong reason, and vice versa. Some want to do the right thing, but they can't for some reason. Some could do the right thing, but it is well within their capabilities, but chose not to because the really past seems more lucrative, and possibly even safe. I look back at the gravestone, and tell on that in particular. Some are very capable and really do the right thing, but it felt so modern after staring down that path for so long. I look over my right shoulder at the doctor. When I do, he meets my gaze. When he does, I see the same look in his eyes that I once saw in my grandfather's. The same expressive wisdom that comes with a very fruitful journey. There's a few who do the right thing for the right reasons. Is well capable of it, actually enough to endure that harder path for the long haul. I say, before looking back at the gravestone. I can convince myself that it always takes some greater alien from outer space to pull it off. I think we can do it too. You proved it. I close my eyes and bow my head to take a moment of silence. A few minutes pass in this fashion before I look back at the gravestone. Something else that I've learned on the journey is I've been to the abandon of others. With every point I man during the journey, I expected all them to know better than me. Overnight, they were romanticized the idea that they would rescue me whenever I needed them. I guess it was my fantasy to read this damsel in distress. I guess I thought if I could gain an experience and be successfully rescued, then it would somehow prove that I am valuable too. That it would validate me, my beliefs, and place in my word that I am worth saving. I have a counter argument.
Oh yeah?
This is my counter argument. If you know, you know.
Okay.
But every time I did that, I usually experienced falling in some form. I used to look up to come around. I held in. But he wasn't telling the pony I thought he was at all. Sure, he was good looking. Sure, he is smart and educated. Sure, he was experienced. But in the end, all of the sense and even purpose was chosen. I was sure a competent pony now just guaranteed that they would be alive. Sometimes they go and send them on a whole different path. Then, their adventures are late and not too crazy. I hate to speak ill of the dead. They are not dead yet. They might be dead at this moment, but don't write them off. Be a time machine. The difference between them and Terrell is that Terrell was ill. He had no choice, no chance of saving. Because he was old.
Yeah, you'd have to solve that problem in
Yeah.
order to really expand his lifespan.
But late and crazy, and even the others can be saved as well. Once again, we only saw a leg and some blood. We did not find bullet. And we did not meet what happened. We did not have any info of what happened. Because Secretary was still unconscious. I'm gonna assume they're gonna go back and save the gods from the little T-Rex. And so on. But the reason they are dead is part of the point I'm making. Our guys on one hoof and foreigners on the other. They meet off more than they could, true. I mean, not too crazy, but they don't try to do anything crazy. But what really hurts me to this is how desperately they try to do the right thing in the end. When it's out of love or sense of guilt, they give it their all. They were good police. They were had good souls. But that alone not a guarantee victory. It takes more than just that. After what I went through, I can decide what is worse or better. Is it better to have an incompetent but well-meaning fool who doesn't put the party in danger accidentally? Or killing a competent companion who is imposing evil agendas? First one. It's easy. It's not a question. You know why, right?
I think I know what you're at to show, but I'll tell you if I was right or not. Reveal it.
I mean, an incompetent was well-meaning fool. Rather than put the party in danger accidentally. That is abuse.
That was exactly what I was thinking of. That I thought you were thinking of.
So, this is another question. In a way, there is something to be desired. The king asked the doctor, I am. Also, I'm pretty sure that the doctor wants some incompetence in this party. Because otherwise it would be too bad. It wouldn't be an adventure. It is too rare to expect the best of the best of worst first. So I consider a well-meaning pony who is also highly competent. Such individuals do exist, but I've learned it is foolish to rely upon them all the time. Even they could be the dashing knight in shining armor. I realized it's how guilty I should have had and the concept all along. For some reason I thought that you were literally naming Rainbow Dash and Shining Armor. Everything and counting on being a skill also means putting under the burden to somebody else. My eyes seem to gravestone. So, I've since come to realize that the most optimal path is to become that which I wish to see. To me, the adventure, I keep hoping somebody else would be instead. For one reason or another, sometimes nobody else can or would want to rescue me. In the end, I can only count on myself, because I can be more confident in my abilities and motivation. In fact, I will learn that I am far more capable of this than I previously thought possible. It's always possible that I misjudged my ultimate destiny. That is always something worth considering. Sometimes, it can be very helpful to pause and inwardly reflect on oneself.
Like she's doing right now.
Yeah? Take a moment and ask myself the big question. Question, who am I really?
This is a chapter that's summarizing all the lessons she's learned up to this point, and now it's really consolidating. Nice.
I do know one thing for sure. I am a man that likes to be confident in any journey I do today. You are talking like you have went on multiple journeys already. Wasn't this your first one? Well, it was too. I compass in the other. I disagree, the compass is inside your chest. In your soul. Let's be honest talking about that.
She's got the key mark too.
Yeah. If the map is currently blank, then so much the matter. I engage forward with more excitement about what I will discover upon the next horizon. It's time for this pony to be lying. Maybe that is all I ever should have been. I'm not saying anything. I just engaged at my host. But it also feels important to me to be remembered. If I explore alternate lands, I'm going to chart it. If I encounter something new and exciting, I'm going to write it down. That way I know, at the very least, if somebody else ever encountered my course and my diary, and we gain some glimpse into who I was. What is the point of exploration if I'm the only one who is benefiting? I gaze up into the cloudless sky in wonder. That's right, I say passionately, with a proud smile. This is all about my journey and learning who I am. Also, exploration can be enough too. I fall to my knees and look back at the gravestone. We don't need darkness.
Yep.
There we go.
That sounds good.
I cherish you most, and you have loved, guided, and supported me. You have also seen the potential of me right before I did. I think it's high time I live up to the potential. I thank you all for showing me the way. In gratitude for all that you have given me, I finally made to explore that potential as well. Please keep watching me, and if you dare to try to give up. You know what's coming, right? I don't have to pull up the movie. Just I enjoy the movie Ghetto, and we have sound bro hospital. No. Correction. It is my hat now. I remember the promise that he gave me before he died. He promised he would invest all of his spirit into this hat. And he would give me all of his strength. But he also warned me not to put this on, unless I am serious about this commitment. He knows that my grandfather's strength was already within me. If I want his hat, then the combined strength of most of these mighty anti stallions will be within me as well.
He summoned that one fast. Man, you had it ready.
No, I didn't. Do I dare to live up to his lofty expectations? Ride my cup. I look beyond my new pretend and get for a gravestone. A gravestone that is an platinum. Tell us the past jam within the first arrived here. Okay, here's my question answered. It's honestly fitting that these two were nice in every single way possible. I mean, the doctor never literally said that this gem is Shadow's body. He only said that about this size.
Well, if the gem represents him symbolically, then this gesture.
It's still a symbolic meaning, so yeah. I am being worse now. I've said all that I feel and I need to have said. And just lingering feelings in me now. In the silence, I think in a moment, I say your final goodbye before I turn away. Are you ready? Just ask me simply when I approach him. And I do so. I don't look upon him yet. My gaze made face at the new hat on my roof. A hat that curiously feels like it has far more weight than it should have. In this hat, there is a secret promise. You will put this on and making a very serious commitment. One that may very well deeply affect the rest of my life and destiny. I didn't look at the doctor for a month, because he was gazing upon me patiently. He looked at me with expectant and hopeful eyes. Behind that, I see excitement in him. It almost bursting within him. He must be wondering if this is the moment my two legendary journey begins. I look back at the hat, then reflect on the question one last time. Am I ready? After answered the question, I closed my eyes. It goes to my inner compass with a movement. All it seems to tell me is I will never feel ready if I take this final leap. And also promises me that fate will favor the world. Not the italic, all in the world. Please don't. I finally put the hat on. When I do, I feel a sort of magic, and you feel confidence fill me. When I next open my eyes, I do so narrowly. I lift the edge of the new hat to where the doctor, the board, and there again. And then the curtain closes, and we hear 1,000 hooves gasp at the same time.
Or
And
kind of
scene.
that stomp thing they do for applause.
That's the same hat you got there, Danglu. Oh yeah, I probably should get the hat at one point. And put it on her now. From this point onward.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, it is dying new time. The first time that I knew it's gonna be dying.
Right. It's all been culminating to this point. The moment she chooses to accept that destiny.
Also, this was the one I was searching for. Then I heard of the click on something. Great. I mean, you can tell this would have worked. Because this is not so bad another one we actually used. But yeah. It's kind of funny. Because she already knows that the Doctor is here because of her. Because she is gonna be an adventurer.
Something he can definitely relate to.
I mean, if the Doctor appears before you and say that, yeah, in the future, in the foreseeable future, you are gonna be an adventurer, would you say, no, I'm not? No, I'm never gonna be that.
Something like that did happen in the first Terminator movie. When Sarah finally started believing Kyle, well, just kind of, that first she believed that he was from the future. He believed that she was being hunted by an actual robot covered in human skin. But it was hard to believe the things that he was telling her about what she will do when she was struggling just to be normal. Um, as I remember, she recalled, I could barely even balance my checkbook, was one of the things she says. And then she yelled at him, I didn't ask for this honor, and I don't want it, any of it.
I mean, there is a thing that even if you know that someone is from the future and has some actual truth, you don't know if she all they are saying is not a lie.
Mm. That could be a factor too. I mean, someone could be really from the future, like you said, but everything they're telling you about it is just a lie for whatever reason. It could also be truth, but a misunderstanding. That
Yeah?
they're telling you what they really believe, and what they believe is a mistake. They didn't see the whole picture.
I mean, there's a difference between the Doctor and a random time traveler.
Hmm. What do you think of Agate's journey so far?
I mean, she definitely is pulling the wrong conclusion. She's going the right direction, but pulling the wrong conclusion of, yeah, maybe I alone have to be the hero if no one else will be.
Right. You can
And
see that so far, that how she was doing the opposites up to this point, always relying upon others to do things for her, waiting to be rescued, and all that. But when that happens, it could fail for a variety of reasons. Like somebody might not be what you thought, not as heroic or whatever, or
yeah,
others could actually be heroic, but incompetent somehow, and they just keep on foolishly making mistakes. So there could be a problem either way.
we know how
And
things turn out later on. She's literally pushing everybody away from herself.
then you could also think of examples like Tannen, that is his heart is in the right place and he's very competent, but doing this is a struggle for him. It's a burden, and that kind of made her feel guilty too.
Yeah?
When she finally realized that, if it always rely upon others, then it can have this problem or this problem or this problem. So maybe for once I should actually be the person that I was hoping others were.
Ah. But this is one thing I'm pretty sure of, that neither your grandfather or her grandfather, neither person wanted this conclusion to be the final lesson for her. That I have to be alone. I'm alone and I'm the hero.
Right. They weren't alone as they traveled together.
Yeah. She should have brought to conclusion that, yeah, adventuring is fun, and it's even more fun when you are with a friend.
And it could be safer too if it's also a competent friend.
Yeah, and she literally went into the side that I'm not adventuring for the sake of an adventure. I'm adventuring because I'm the hero and I have to do this.
It's my burden to face.
Yeah.
Well, right. I understand what you mean, but you can see how that basically sums up the daring do we second met when the main six first met her.
Yeah?
I work alone.
Yeah, and it makes sense that she still enjoys adventuring, but it became
Yeah.
a burden. And you literally said this one.
Right.
It's a very
As it,
different thing when I go visit someone because I want to, or visit someone because I have to.
right.
It's a very different thing. But yeah, we know that she will save the world multiple times. I mean, it's still funny that Dr. Cameron is still a very capable guy, and we don't know what happened to him.
Well, the show happened. All of those events will occur too. And as far as Daring is concerned, we also know that she starts opening up too. After she, in fact, it was that episode in that picture
Yeah?
when she met the main six. She starts to open her heart and trust others again, thinking that they're not just. There can be others whose hearts are not only in the right place, but they're able to handle the adventures. So it's I can rely on them.
Now that I see the full picture of our daughter, by the way, it's funny. He literally was like, okay, if I can stop these ruffians who are always coming here, let's hire them.
That's probably bits she earned with either treasures she found in her adventures or earned through selling her books.
Also, do you think that this will actually count as a wedding ring?
That's what she was saying. Like, oh yeah, I was little. You know I love you, but I can't marry you until you properly propose.
I would have loved if he actually tried to promote at that moment. I mean, it's your story, it can happen. I'm pretty sure we could, at that moment, we would be able to move the blush from, Nerfy to her at that moment. Also,
as daring as she, as daring as she is, she's not immune to embarrassment.
I mean, she has multiple personalities. She has the Nine Lu, she has the Bookworm, she has the Blushing Lu.
Argue about that for any character in the show.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you've noticed in the meantime. I think Cameron has got a new design.
I've noticed that. It was quite amusing. I've been wondering about how you did that too. Oh, able to get that image while not obscuring the mouth, the eyes, the hair.
Yeah,
Even the color of the mane has changed a bit because it now has a green streak.
yeah, I just put the cabbage on that face. That's all I did. There you go.
I find it unlikely he'd be flattered by that.
He is stuck with that now.
And she'll be like another pony that's freaking out beside him, go like, "Oh, cabbages!"
Imagine if someone new just goes in and sees Dr. Cabbage. What would they think? What happened there? But yeah, I would say it's time to say goodbye.
See you again in 2 days.
Yes, today. And today as well with the Haunted of Justice, which we have pushed far enough.
Suspect. Well, we'll be awake for that.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye!